On May 16, 1906, as 1,000 spectators arrived at the Evansville Fairgrounds on South Kentucky Avenue to watch famed American race car driver Barney Oldfield in his Green Dragon and German racer Paul Albert in his White Streak push the limits of speed, Anna Ziemer looked forward to giving birth to her soon-to-be sixth child. Oldfield, wearing a green arriving coat, had entered the track first and chewed on a cigar stump as he waited for Albert, who came wearing a long brown ulster. Organizers scheduled the pair to compete in 3 separate races that afternoon, the first automobile races ever witnessed in these parts. The drivers prepared, and the crowd waited as a band of horses grazed in the infield of the half-mile dirt track. The first heat, a 5-lapper, introduced the public to Oldfield's technique of sliding the turns versus braking to allow the custom-made elongated Green Dragon to maintain speed throughout the corners. The method created so much dust on the dirt track that spectators strained to see the racers, while the drivers could see only a few feet in front of their cars. In that first heat, Albert used the sliding technique to best Oldfield by inches. During the third heat, the drivers, now accustomed to the track, sped faster as dust swirled and twisted about the oval. A sudden blast of dirty wind blew open one of the infield gates, and 3 of the grazing horses ambled onto the track. The crowd gasped in horror. According to the following day's headlines, as Oldfield's and Albert's cars, barely visible in the plumes of dust, blindly sped toward the horses, the wide-eyed creatures turned and galloped furiously, trying to stay ahead of the mechanical beasts. Terrified organizers watched with the crowd as the desperate horses lost ground to the unaware racers. Both drivers finally spotted the horses along the inside lane, and both knew that a collision would end in almost certain death to the drivers and absolute death to the horses and spectators who lined that part of the track. Too close to brake, their only chance to avoid disaster was greater speed and the ability to swerve to the outside of the oval. Oldfield and Albert accelerated, and like schools of fish in the nearby Ohio River, the cars swerved in unison, barely missing the trio. As the 2 racers sped alongside them, the horses conceded the chase and dropped back, slowing to a canter and living to graze another day. The crowd exhaled, and local fascination with automobile racing was born.